Hello YouTube artist, I'm Kelly Hernig and welcome to In the Studio. Today I thought I would paint some fall leaves with this new paint set by Vinci called Harvest Watercolor Set, and you get 6 15 milliliter tubes for $59 plus free shipping in the US. It's a promotion right now. They're introducing the set and I just had to share it with you. I did a whole piece about the colors, and then I mixed with you so you could see the beautiful mixes. And the mixes are what I want to explore today on the leaves. So I just went to the yard and picked up some leaves. It's fall here, so they're all falling down. And what I have them drawn down is they are drawn like this on this page. And I just have this stick going straight up. So I thought it would be fun for us to kind of paint these together. And I'm going to be using the mixes here. I really liked the orange mixes and I like the violets. I don't add a lot of violet to my leaves, so I'm pretty much going to be just playing with all the colors and let's see what happens. For this exercise, I'm going to be using my Princeton Aqua Elite Long Round number 8. And I've also got my favorite palette here. This is the Bowerbird palette. And I like the backside because there's 4 equal quadrants for mixing. This is what I'm going to use today since I've already got the paint squirted there and I've got 2 free mixing wells so I can play around with that. I am going to turn my book so that we can see the leaves a little better. I do want to make sure that you can see me mixing here. So my piece is actually upside down, but that's okay. It looks right side up. The first one I want to really use is this black iron oxide and transparent orange. So that was this orange and the black. I like the richness of this color. It's felt like the most fall orange I've ever really made. There, I like that. A little more water to my brush. Oh yeah, that's a lovely color. I'm going to pick up a little more black in there. You'll notice that I kind of put a line in here in the middle, and that's so I can go middle all the way up and then turn and add more colors instead of painting it all directly as one kind of color. I find that it gives me more choices in colors, but it also lets me play with the palette a little bit more. And I am going to splash that. So I want to add some of that olive brown to that orange. Gonna go to that Harvest Moon, which is the yellow. And because I didn't rinse my brush, it's just turning out, you can see it's just like a dirty mustard. I like that color. I'm going to go to just that olive brown by itself. To just add a little touch of green because it is still green, even though the fall colors are starting. That's a pretty color. Okay, the other color I liked was Harvest Moon and Twilight, which was the yellow and purple combination. Again, they're complementary colors, so they kind of gray each other out, but look at that beautiful color there. Gotta hurry, my piece is drying, so let me splash that right now. There we go. Look at that beautiful color there, that twilight color. All right, I'm just gonna pick up now some of these mixes since they're already on the other side of the leaf. Going into the Harvest Moon again, just with my dirty brush, and let's add a little bit of that purple color there. So you see how by mixing constantly, each of these little leaf edges have their own kind of color. I'm gonna add that dirty color in there. Okay, I'm going to go to the olive brown. See, I got a little carried away with the splashing here, so it's running all over the place. I'm okay with that. If it gets too out of hand, I can fix it at the end. I'm going to go back to the orange here. And I'm going to mix the hematite with it. Let's just make it a little dirtier. There we go. You can see it's a redder mix than down here because of that hematite. I'm going to add a little bit of the black to that. I'm going to add a little bit of that twilight color to that mix. I like my leaves to be a little darker as they get down towards the stem. For my stem color, I want to use this olive brown and a little touch of the purple, the twilight. I'm going to touch a little bit of that orange mix in there, add a little bit more orange. I like my branches to have more than one color if possible. I think it just makes it nicer to look at. Because I splashed the leaves, I gotta splash the branch as well. Okay, we got that little bitty branch, or little leaf in there now. Let's see. I'm gonna do the Harvest Moon color first. And when I have a palette like this, I just keep adding to the dirtiness of it instead of mixing new colors. For now and then I will mix a new color. But let's see, I want to add a little bit of hematite in that. Okay, I want to add the twilight and the hematite. Ooh, look at that richness, wow. Let's touch a little bit of yellow in that to dull it. A little too anxious with my splashing. All right, let's add a little bit more orange to that. I'm loving that color right there. Okay, let's add some of that olive brown here and twilight together. You can see this leaf is much bolder than the other one, and that's because I'm not using as much water. I don't know why, I just am choosing not to apparently. Okay, I'm going to go back to that yellow color here. I'm going to do the yellow and the black, where that kind of made the green color. There we go. Pick up some of that orange right there, mix it in there, pretty. I want some of that hematite in there, so I'm just going to mix some of that with the orange. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Now just some of that olive brown color. Kind of got some standing puddles right here. Let's see if we can push it down. I really love what the water splashes did here. I mean, think of a leaf that has been rained on and crushed and run over and been through the full season. I love the texture of that leaf. That is amazing. Let's try to get this one a little more like that. Okay, I like all the orange and the green. I'm going to touch a little bit of the green into the stem. So while I've got it here on my palette, might as well use it. I get a lot of questions about how I write my titles or my names at the top, like Harvest, like I did up here. And so I'm going to show you. I want to add the word mixes over here. And what I did was just went to my computer and found a typeface that I liked, ran it out to the size that I liked, and I printed it out. It's as simple as that. I'm going to be using the Unipin, the number 1, the 0.1 in light gray for my writing. And to help me out, I'm using this light box. This is by Lit Energy. It is a very slim light box. This one here is rechargeable, so I don't have to have it plugged in, but there is a cord corded one. This is a cordless one. The corded one is about $15 less than this one, but this one I wanted without the cord so that I can sit anywhere and transfer designs into my sketchbook. How this one works is there's a little bitty button. You see that little button there? You got to push it up, and then you tap this, and you can see that it lights up really nice. So I'm going to slip that under, and you can see it's lit up. I'm going to position my word mix. Let me put it in the middle here. Yeah, let's do that. And then I just take my time and ink around it. Don't rush yourself, just take your time. You could do this with pencil first and then come back and ink it if you'd like, but I want to just do it in one step. And when I take it off, you just click the button here again to turn it off, and it unpowers, and then always make sure that you click the button back down. That will keep it so that it's charged. If you leave that on, it's actually on, so always make sure you turn that off. And you can see there is the word mixes. It's already done. I don't have to do anything else to it. And you saw how fast I did that. So it's a fun way to add words to your sketchbook if that's what you want to do. I like to add words. I like to add the company that it is and stuff like that. So I use a lot of computer fonts just like I showed you, and just play around with one until you like it. We're all individual and we all like different things. So I wanted to show you here my leaves. I forgot about that. So they're dry now. I'm going to bring them up so you can see all the beautiful colors. I mean, look at this, you guys. Wow. I love that bright orange there. Isn't that texture amazing? Then we've got that little leaf right here. Love that. I like how this just looks really like it's been rained on, and you can see as it's changing colors. I like the richness of that color right there. That's really lovely. And then you can see my stem here, or my stick. All the different colors I added. Just makes it fun to look at. And while that was drying, I added a little bitty leaf down here in the corner of my mix page. There that is. So let me show you the spread together because it looks really nice with all those leaves. That's what my spread looks like. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it feels like harvest, doesn't it? I love the way that the leaves turned out. Doing mixes is one thing, right? Because you can see what the colors do. But until you apply them to a piece of art, they're just guessing, right? So you don't really know how they're going to mix and mingle with each other, which is why I love doing things like this little one in the bottom here, because it lets you see it in action. And you see some push a little harder, like this darker color definitely pushed some of those lighter colors around. The orange I really like, even though it's transparent, it is pretty pushy of a color, and I really, really like that. I hope this project inspires you to go out to the yard, find a couple leaves, and start painting in your sketchbook. After all, that's what finding nature is all about. It's just find it, if it interests you, bring it in and just paint it. It's that simple. Again, that was the Vinci Paint Company Harvest Watercolor Set of 6 colors. If you were inspired by today's fall leaves and the Harvest palette by Vinci, please like or comment. I would really love to know your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed, please click the bell. And as always, thanks so much for watching.